You alright lads, this is the Jody Jedi here. We're getting on to the next part of my E3 mini-series. We're going to get on to Xbox. I should point out, I don't have an Xbox One. So, some of these might seem bigger news to you than it is to me. I hope to get an Xbox One as well as a PlayStation 4, which of course I've already got. The PlayStation better. Of course. Let's get on with it. Halo 5, I've got my notes. Got Halo 5. I liked Halo 3, I played that a bit on my 360, so, meh, fair news. All it really showed was a new gameplay trailer. He's already knew Halo 5 was coming out. Mods on Xbox, now this is specifically for Fallout 4. Fallout 4 with Todd Howard, I've actually found out his name. Sounds so much like James Arnold Taylor. If you know who he is, seriously, I thought it was him at first, and I looked at that's James Arnold Taylor. Basically, he's Ratchet of Ratchet and Clank. For gamers out there, he's also done a fair few other games. And what you do, and I think they're hoping to do this with PlayStation, but they couldn't announce it because I think Bethesda have a good rapport with Microsoft, so they sorted that deal out first before they did it with Sony. What you do, make your mods on the computer and you transfer them to the Xbox version of the game and hopefully PlayStation. And this is quite good because ever since it's throwed up the whole controversy with paid mods and all that, but really it was that kind of controversy was a necessary evil because they never used to do it in the first place. So, anyways, so you can do that with Fallout 4. And Fallout 4 mods will be interesting. I really think they'll be interesting. Fair news. Forza Motorsport 6, meh. I played Forza Motorsport 2 and I played Horizon, both fair games. Well, I say fair games. Horizon was good, and Motorsport 2 is crap. So I suppose it averages out is fair. They mentioned the Division with Ubisoft, but the thing is that the only thing that's different about the Xbox One, as far as they mentioned, is that they get the beta first. I don't really think that's a reward. Do you? Rainbow Six Siege, but again, Sony did something similar. They're getting Rainbow Six Siege. Apparently, I think with Rainbow Six Siege, apparently in the game you get Vegas 1 and 2 in it. But honestly, I suspect Sony will end up having the same thing. And even then, I've got Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2. I don't really need it for my Xbox One, especially if apparently according to one of the more big news from Xbox, it's going to become useless. Tomb Raider, this pisses me off. They've done the release date and it's October sometime. I'm pissed off because I love Tomb Raider. I do. I fucking love Tomb Raider. It's like Uncharted but with tits. And let's be honest, you can't go wrong with Uncharted with tits. Fucking hell. It just sounds perfect to you, doesn't it? Yeah. Fable Legends, meh. I played Fable 3 and 2, quite like them both, but not really a big deal to me. They brought on Dark Souls 3, but it's not an Xbox exclusive and there's no difference. They didn't mention anything, different for the Xbox. That I know of. I could be wrong, but because as you can imagine, I didn't really pay much attention to the Xbox conference. I did watch it, I swear, and I swear, as far as I know, they did not mention there was any preferential treatment or any bullshit like that. Like Gears of War 4, good news. I like Gears of War. I hope to get an Xbox One at some point, especially for FIFA, because, well, I'll get on to it right now. They brought out Pele, but it's something that's always pissed me off is that EA Sports in FIFA in particular keep showing preferential treatment to Xbox, which pisses me off because I want to use Shearer, I want to use Legends, and in general they just seem to get the fucking better deals for FIFA, and unfortunately FIFA is one of the main games I play, even though I personally consider the PlayStation to be the better console, although I will grant you I've never played an Xbox One, so I am going to be open to fault on that. But also I think the PlayStation's kind of won, at least so far, is winning the console war, so what's the point of it's basically backing the losing horse. You never back the losing horse, it's just the way it is, you just don't do it. They've mentioned some new EA Access things, basically stuff like Mass Effect and that, now special. Microsoft HoloLens, I'll be honest, I'll give credit, that looked quite good. They did a Minecraft demo, and obviously you could look from you could use your character's perspective and, you know, look around first person and all that, like the Oculus Rift does. But you could what they showed was that also did a little bit of a bird's eye view, and a map, say a square table, had the map of your Minecraft thing, and you could shuffle it along and make it bigger, you know, see what it looks underneath if you've got like caverns and stuff like that, and that looked amazing actually. I would give credit where it's due. But Sony didn't do much on their project Morpheus, so Morpheus could be something similar. The big news, I suppose, for Xbox really is backwards compatibility. What you do is you put in your 360 disc into an Xbox One, and then it automatically downloads, which is good as well. Which is good, kind of, because, you know, you want backwards compatibility. You want to use your Xbox 360 games on your Xbox One. But when you think about how many Xbox 360 games you have, imagine downloading them all onto that hard drive. I know you can get like an Xbox with a terabyte hard drive, but even then, hold on, I think I've got about 40, maybe more Xbox 360 games. Each one's probably about, I don't know, at least 3 gigabytes, but even then, bigger for a fair few of them. You know, it's fair news, but it's not really. I don't think it's as important as some people might make it sound. I think a lot of, you know, places like IGN and GamerSpot and that, they're all kind of saying the same thing. It's not really as big a deal, because the idea behind it is that they want people who, you know, they want to move up from the 360, but the problem is oh, what do I do about my game collection? Well, now they've answered the problem to try to sort of move people forward. Sony aren't doing backwards compatibility, although personally I'll be honest, the funny thing is that I bought PlayStation 4. I've got a large collection of PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 games. But ever since I got PlayStation 4, I'll be honest, I've not been on my PlayStation 3. I thought it would be a huge haul because of the fucking number of games I've got. But it was the same with the PlayStation 2. There weren't many PlayStation 3 games when I got the PlayStation 3. I never went on my PlayStation 2 games really, even though back then I had an older one which had backwards compatibility. So I think people are very bothered about backwards compatibility, but in the end, actually, I don't think it makes a huge amount of difference. You know, maybe for nostalgia's sake, I'll go on, you know, some of my older games odd time, but in general, if I never went on my PlayStation 3 again, I wouldn't be massively fussed. That might just be me, but you know, if anybody has the new consoles, next gen, it's current gen really. If anyone has the current gen consoles, they'll understand what I mean. You know, if you have an Xbox One, how often have you been on your Xbox 360 since? If you have a PlayStation 4, how much have you been on your PlayStation 3 since? Anyways, overall, I think the general feeling is that Sony won the conference wars between these two, and the weird thing is that I don't think that actually, according to me, no, Sony didn't really do all that much. Although they've remade a lot of things which we'll get onto. That Sony didn't do much. I think Xbox. The problem with Xbox is that they tried to throw loads of stuff at you, and that seemed unimportant. Sony tried to do the reverse, which was very few stuff, a bit more important. But as I say, we'll get onto that in the next video. This has been the Geordie Jedi. Leave a like if you can, it really helps. Subscribe for more videos. I'll see you later.